Racing Games Show. Welcome back. Race number 2 at Lymore Park. 32 laps. Top 10 reversed on the grid. I'm starting in 9th. So because one person dropped off and we're off the line. Had an okay start, but Ellie Stevens in front of me. Terrible take off the line. And I had to slow down. Okay, turn 1 and 3 drivers are out already. So tough racing from the start. I think Gary Krakow made a mistake. He pushed out Gary Fickens out there. So these two are out. And I'm not too sure who was in the white car, starting from 2nd position. So lap number 1 is behind us, and I'm already into 6th position. Richard Goodwin in front of me. Some say he can make his car very wide, hard driver to overtake. Some say the hardest in the series, but I would give that spot to Jamie Rashford. At least for me, I've always had the most trouble going around Jamie. Richard made a mistake. No trouble, as I had no trouble taking inside line, and it's much easier to go up. So we're progressing to lap number 4. As you can see behind me, Ellie Stevens made a move on Richard Goodwin, but at the same time I made a mistake, went a little bit wide, and I lost 2 positions. And again, I'm behind Richard Goodwin. And at the moment closely followed by Richard Wild. There's definitely no way to make a move on Richard on this corner on the left-hander. As he's always on the inside coming into the turn. Very specific turn on this track, actually the only left-hander there. And as far as I know, the usual line doesn't necessarily work, because of the cambers in the corner. Apparently there's much bigger camber on the inside, so that's why the usual racing line is not necessarily the best. Trying to sort out my pit stops on the straight. Joshua Drinkwater going wide, and that allowed Ellie Stevens take his position. Richard making a move on Joshua. And nicely completed. No, still too wide, sorry. to the left-hander, and that's where Richard Goodwin managed to complete the pass on Joshua. Joshua Drinkwater, he started on 3rd position. That means he was 6th in race number 1. Oh, sorry, he was 7th. Sorry about that. So he would be rather trying to stay up the top, and he would rather be defending to stay up there rather than progressing. As you can see, he went wide. He had no even option to defend against me, and I'm back into 5th position. Jerson Palmer is still up front, starting from pole position, followed by Chris Taylor Jr. and Jamie Rashford in 3rd. But there's not much racing going on up front yet. As you can see, I'm trying to find my way around Richard one more time. He made a mistake going wide there into the grass, so he had to lift. And again, I'm back into 4th. Now going a few laps forward. As we can see, Ali Stevens trying to push Jamie Rashford. He definitely had loads of pace in Limerock Park. Very well in race number 1.
Alright, clear.
A little bit wobble. I managed to take the inside line. So again, I shouldn't have a problem completing this pass, and exactly, I think Alice was trying to do a switch over, taking inside, same like with Richard Goodwin, but I was covering inside line, no problem, so he had to give up this position there. Now, so onto the Jamie Rashford. He's running 2nd at the moment. Chris Taylor Jr. up front. And Jamie was a little bit off the pace this week. I'm not too sure why. If he didn't make enough practice, maybe some trouble with the setup. Now this time I made a mistake into last corner. Had to defend against Ali Stevens. But once you have an inside line here, it's much easier to stay up front. Side by side with Jamie. Not the best position to pass, but we'll give it a try. Little contact. And I'm not sure how I managed to save that. I somehow did it. I wasn't too sure if I should brake, if I should push the throttle, but it ended up okay. I made a bit of a contact with Jamie when I was up in the air, and at the time of landing I was just be a little bit sideways to the direction of the travel, so that's why I was spinning out. As you can see, we went, 4 top drivers went into the pit stops, except Richard Goodwin. He decided to stay 2 laps longer, and Jamie Rashford was the winner here, as he managed to overtake Chris Taylor, and he would be a virtual leader after the pit stops, unless Richard Goodwin would put a tremendous 2 laps and put a good pit stop, but we'll have a chance to see that in a minute. And a big loser in the pit stop was Ali Stevens. I'm not too sure what happened there, but he was much longer in the pits than the rest of us. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I'm carrying a little bit of damage. I had to keep the steering wheel a little bit to the right, and the right-handers are a little bit more difficult. And as we can see, Richard Goodwin in the white car in front of me now, as I found my way around Chris Taylor. He went into 2nd place out of the pit stops. He almost got up front, but still, nevertheless, his strategy worked out very well for him this time. I just really wonder how it's gonna play out between these two, between Jamie and Richard. Who's gonna be quicker? If Richard will be pushing for a lead or not. Or maybe it's me be pushing for Richard Goodwin's position. This is lap 21. Richard didn't defend this time. He decided to stay behind Jamie. Took the insides. Stayed there. Richard went a little bit wide onto the grass, so he dropped at least 2 positions. He's actually behind Ali Stevens as well, so he dropped 3 positions. So I'm into 2nd, and just Jamie Rashford, leader of the race, in front of me. I was a little bit concerned carrying this damage if I would be able to still keep up the pace. Put a bit of a fight, but apparently it worked good. Jamie smartly taking inside line here, and it's really hard to be on the outside here. Still there, not this time. Good defending by Jamie. And as I said, for me, he's the toughest driver to go around in this series. There's still 10 laps to go, so there's plenty of time. And I'm just gonna have to wait for a mistake from Jamie. Again, good exit of the last corner. Jamie didn't defend. I took the inside. Trying to stay in the curb. Too wide. Still going too wide into the left-hander, but I will have a inside line to the last corner before the next straight. Small contact, and it pushed out Jamie off the track. So unfortunately, both of my last 2 overtakes and up bad for both of my rivals. Very, very close racing. And I'm up at the lead again. Now, and after taking a lead from Jamie, I had no trouble keeping my position. This is the last lap. We have a chance to see Gary Fickens in the red car. He's fighting for position 8, and he is gonna finish at 8th position in this race after the turn 1 incident, so still a very good finish after having the first turn incident. So another perfect weekend for me. 2 wins at Lymore Park. Very happy with that. On second place today was Ellie Stevens. Chris Taylor Jr. took the 3rd spot in this race. Richard Goodwin 4th in front of Jamie Rashford. Andy Griffiths at 6th. Patrick Carr at 7th. As I said, Gary Fickens on 8th, Paul Bird on 9th, and Jason Palmer in 10th position. Now, so that's it for today. Next week we are going to Laguna Seca, where we're gonna have another double header. 6 races left in the series, and I'm at the 3rd spot in the championship standing. Gary Fickens well ahead in the lead, just in front of Jamie Rashford. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you again.